Hello everyone, welcome to this video on embedding a dashboard in Bold BI. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create a Vue.js application from scratch with ASP.NET Core, configure it to embed a dashboard, and run it using Visual Studio Code. This integration provides a seamless experience for accessing and gaining real-time insights. It helps manage data and visualizations in a centralized environment, simplifying data handling, reducing the complexity of analysis, and improving business performance. I've provided a link to the documentation, which includes a sample application for your reference. Let's get started. I've already installed Node.js and .NET on my machine to create the application using Visual Studio Code. Create a folder for the application and navigate to it. Then run this command to create an ASP.NET project. This generates all the necessary files and dependencies to get started with building the application. Next, run this command to create a Vue.js project. Select the Vue 2 preset to install the packages. This generates all the necessary files and dependencies to get started with building the application. Then, navigate to the ASP.NET Applications root folder by changing the current working directory. Run this command to add the Newtonsoft.json package. This package provides JSON serialization or deserialization in .NET applications. It allows for the easy conversion between .NET objects and JSON format, facilitating data interchange with web services and APIs. Then, run this to add system.runtime.serialization.primitives package. This package provides runtime serialization support for various data types, allowing efficient conversion of objects into a format that can be easily stored or transmitted, and subsequently deserialized back into the original object form. Next, add an Embed config file to configure embedding parameters, authentication, user context, and customization for secure embedding of a dashboard. In the dashboard server, select Settings, Embed. Enable Embed authentication. Then select Download. A dialog box will open. Select the supply chain category and supply chain performance dashboard. Next, download the JSON file and add it to the ASP.NET project. Open the application root folder in Visual Studio Code, and then an ASP.NET project. Create a new folder named Models. Inside it, create a file named dataclass.cs. Then, add the required namespaces and classes. This imports libraries that handle JSON serialization, system operations, collection management, link operations, data serialization, and task-based asynchronous programming models. Add the data contract attribute to define the embed class. Next, add the embed query string and dashboard server API URL variable to define the query string and the server API URL. Add the token object class to structure and return authentication from an ASP.NET API endpoint. Add the token class to store and manage detailed authentication response data. Add the embed details class to store all details regarding the dashboard server. Then create a new file named globalappsettings.cs. Add the necessary namespaces and the global app settings class. This will maintain the embed config.json file object within the global app settings. Next, create a new folder named Controllers. In it, create a new file named boldbi.embedcontroller.cs. Add the required namespaces and classes to import required libraries and define the scope for the Bold BI embedding controller. Then add the API controller and root attribute. Add the Bold BI Embed Controller class's get method to load dashboard embedding configuration from a JSON file and confirm that the ASP.NET application is running properly. Add the get server details method to read dashboard configuration from a JSON file and return key server details as a JSON response for embedding Bold BI dashboards. Add the get dashboards method to retrieve a list of available Bold BI dashboards by making an authenticated API call using a generated token. Add the get token method to generate an authentication token by securely posting user credentials and an embed secret to the Bold BI server, enabling authorized access to dashboards. Add the authorization server method to generate a secure embed authorization URL with a signature and timestamp, allowing client applications to embed Bold BI dashboards with validated access. Add the getSignature URL method to generate a secure HMAC SHA-256 signature from a query string using the embed secret, ensuring the integrity and authenticity of embed requests in Bold BI. Next, open the program.cs file. Add this code before app.useHTTPS redirection to enable course with unrestricted access so external clients can interact with the API. Define a default route for the ASP.NET application, setting the Bold BI Embed Controller's GET method as the default action when no specific route is provided. Next, open the app.vue file in the src folder of the Vue.js project. Copy the code from documentation and replace it. This embeds a Bold BI dashboard into a web page by fetching server details from an ASP.NET Core backend and rendering the dashboard using the Bold BI Embedded SDK. Next, open the package.json file. Copy the code from documentation and replace it. This defines and manages the Vue.js project that embeds Bold BI dashboards, specifying dependencies, build scripts, and development tools for running and maintaining the application. Change the Bold BI Embedded SDK to your current version for compatibility. Now everything is ready to run the application. Open the ASP.NET project in the command prompt. Run this command to build and launch the ASP.NET Core application from the command line, starting the web server and making an API for development. On successful run, do not close or shut down this command prompt because the Vue.js project will depend on it to render the dashboard. Next, open the Vue.js project in the command prompt. Run npm install to download and install all the dependencies listed in the package.json file, setting up the Vue project environment for development. Run npm run serve to start a local development server for a Vue.js application, enabling live reloading and previewing changes in real time during development. Then copy the URL and run it in a browser. You'll see the supply chain dashboard rendered in the browser. If you want to open the dashboard in design mode, change the view mode to design and load dashboard to load designer in the app.vue file in the Vue project. The application will automatically update. You'll see the dashboard in design mode. In this video, I've shown you how to embed a dashboard in a Vue.js application with ASP.NET Core using Visual Studio Code in Bold BI. If you found this video helpful, click the like button and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this. Thank you for watching.